question I know many of you have been asking your advisor is, what's the impact of the trade dispute, the ongoing trade dispute between the US and China? What's going to happen to financial markets, and ultimately will that see a significant market correction, particularly in equity markets? In our view, the policy framework is not good policy. It's clearly driven by, certainly by a US-centric approach. We've seen the impact that has had, particularly in terms of China growth over the last 6 to 9 months. But equally, more importantly, when we think about the importance of emerging markets and our position in emerging markets, we've certainly seen quite a significant sell-off in emerging markets over that period, both in terms of equity markets as well as currencies. So when thinking about the environment that we're in, we're thinking about the trade dispute. We don't know what the end game will be with that trade dispute. What we have been doing across our portfolios is managing the risks. We have had a position in emerging markets. We still believe that's appropriate given the long-term growth outlook for emerging markets. But along the way, we've been moderating that exposure, as I said, understanding of the risks in the current environment, because we don't know how it'll play out. We're not sure about the growth outlook. But we've been moderating that exposure accordingly, as I said, to protect client portfolios, to better manage our investment asset allocation. Within that, taking that exposure, some of that exposure out of emerging markets, we've been putting it into more defensive asset classes. Because in an environment, in our view, certainly if this trade dispute was to worsen and have a greater knock-on impact globally, we think defensive asset classes, fixed income and the like, are where investors can, as I said, provide better certainty and better protection to their portfolios. So within this context, if you're feeling a little nervous about your position in global equities and emerging markets, it's really important that you talk to your advisor about that positioning going forward.